Docker. Docker is a framework, or we can say Docker is a platform which allows the developer to package their software application with their dependencies and configuration. It is we are packaging the application with the dependencies and configuration, and we can run them in portable and any different environment. Okay, and then what we are seeing is in Docker. Why we are going for Docker is in before in traditional approach we want Nginx. We are installing the Nginx. We are installing the Node.js. We are doing the Postgres. So we are doing all one by one like individually. In Docker we can package all this application and their configuration, and we can run this software. So this is the advantage of Docker. So I'll elaborate you in our classes. Now what I will show you is I will show you practicals how to install Docker. So okay, to install Docker what we need to do is first we need to create a server. So you want to go to launchers. Then here I am just writing Docker. What is the whatever the name of the server we need to write. Since we are working on Docker project, I am writing the name of the server as Docker. And then we are this is accessing the web servers using web key pair approach, and then I'm allowing the http port, https port, then I'm launching the server. Okay, once we launch the server will be ready. We want to go to EC2 and we need to refresh it. Okay, here this is a Docker 2 is the server which I have created now. Then after that what we want to do is just we want to go here, and I'll give you some comments how to install Docker is you need to go to the Docker website. If you are installing Ubuntu, you want to click on Ubuntu, which is the OS which we are going to install. We want to click it here, and they have given some steps to install the Docker. Just if we can follow the same steps which is given in this documentation. First we need to update, and we need to update the we need to install some certificates. These all the steps we are going to follow to install the Docker. So let's see our mission is ready or not. Let's go to our mission. Where is AWS? Yeah, so we will go to our instance. So we will see if these two checks are there, our mission is ready. Since the checks are not there, we need to wait for our mission to get ready. So it is not ready. And so we need to wait until the mission gets ready. So this is our Docker architecture. Here we have a registry, here we have images and the container. This is our Docker hub, and it is a public cloud. So how this will work is, see, each package application we are saying is a container. We will create a container, we'll create an image, and we register the image in the Docker hub. So what will happen, whenever whichever image we need, we can pull it from the Docker hub. This is the way we can do it. Okay, now it is server is ready. Then click here, click connect. So copy this, go to terminal. So we connected to the server. After, sorry, we are not connected to the server. Our keys are in download, so I'm going to downloads. So after we go to downloads, then we will enter here. Then it will be connected because I stored all our keys in download. Okay, now we are connected to the server. After connecting to the server, first step what we are going to do is we are going to install Docker. How to install Docker? We are going to the Docker website. After going to the Docker website, the first step to install Docker is this is the one. So the Docker apt is installed, and then I will show you the easy steps. We can go to script and we can run the script instead of installing one by one. It is little complicated, so I'm going to, you can run all the script at a one time so that the script will be running, so we can save the time. Sorry, we need to copy the script to, this is just to get Docker, means we are installing Docker in our virtual machine. So just enter. Then this is the next script, we need to enter this script. So we are let it run. So after this we want to go for post installation steps. What is post installation steps? Means we need to allocate an administration user to use the Docker. So for that, first we need to create a group. Then the script itself it will be created. Let's wait until the script gets running. First we need to see whether the Docker group is added. Then we need to add this user to give all the permission. Then we need to just say hello world application in Docker, it's working or not. Yes, good, all the commands are running properly. Then what we are going to do is we are going to add the user in the group. So the user is already added. And then what we are going to do is we are going to add the user mode, that is we are giving a permission to the root user. So to add the Docker, so the permission is added successfully. Then just we are writing new group is there. As it is done properly. Then I'm just writing here hello world. If it is run properly, yes, the Docker is, so just we can see what is the version of our Docker slash v. So our Docker version is 24. So Docker is installed successfully. Once we have installed the Docker, we have in our Git, we have our code in GitHub. Okay, this is some code. Okay, this is a Node.js and React code. Whatever the code we want, we can do. I have taken this LMS code as an example. So what I'm doing, I'm cloning the code. Git clone. Okay, after I clone the code, I'm going to just see whether the code, yes, the code is cloned properly. My code is in Docker 1, so I'm going to Docker 1. Then I'm seeing my front end of the application is there in web app. So cd web app, and then I'm just writing here ls. So here my here we need to write this Docker file. So how to write the Docker file? Just I will show you the Docker file. See, I will explain in our class what is Docker file. Let it be. So we want to write this Docker file. Okay. Now I will show the steps to run the application. First one, to build an image in Docker. This is the image. I'll explain you in our class what is what. Just I'll show you the practical session. Then theory session I'll explain you. So we want to build an image. After building an image, we want to see the Docker image is built properly. So it will take time, 2 to 3 minutes. We need to wait for the building the image. Let us wait for that. So it is taking time to build an image. Within that we can see some docker commands. So to install a docker, we need to go to the docker website and we need to see what is the operating system we need to install. After installing the docker, these are the some steps what is there in that website. I have mentioned in the document also. Sudo apt get update is the one to get the updates, and then this is the command to install the docker inside our VM. After that, we need to make a directory. Then we need to create a group. This I already did, just I'm just saying again. We need to create a group. After that, we need to give the permission and we need to install it. So these are all the docker commands which you may be asking in your interview. Docker run to run the docker start to start the container, docker stop is to stop the container, docker ps to list the container's status. So they will ask you maybe in interview to how to check the container status. This is one of the interview questions. So you want to say docker ps, docker inspect to inspect the code, docker pull to download the image from the registry. We will store all the images in registry. To download the code from the registry, we use docker pull. Docker push to upload the code to the registry. Docker build to build the image from the registry. Then docker images list the images and then remove one or the images. We use docker rmi. So these are all the commands you need to memorize it. You need to memorize it. Okay, let's check our commands. Okay, our image is run successfully. Next command we need to run. One is we need to build. Second one is we need to run. Yes, the image is run. It's very good. We have in first attempt we have done everything. Then what we need to do was we want to go to our instance. In instance we need to see connect and we need to see our public IP. Copy the public IP. It's running properly. That's it. So we have done our lab. Thank you.